Yes, robots have a part in all of this, but to a certain extent. What's going on, guys? In this episode, we're going to talk about, will architecture ever become automated?
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
So my question for you guys before we begin is, why would it and how would it be such a thing? How can you do such a task with robots? So it's like almost asking, will Elon design my house one day? Which I'm okay with. So the year's 2021, EV, tech, robots, drones, the whole 9 yards is basically evolving at rapid rate. Everything's becoming automated to basically streamline productivity. But does it have a place in the architecture industry? What place does it have? If it has a place, will it disrupt the industry? These are questions that we're going to talk about today, because as someone who's been in the industry for over 10 years and a millennial,
not my first time,
I see how things have changed over the years. Things will be changing, but how? To what extent? Architecture has been around for years, from pencils, the rulers, to now computers. What's the future? Will it eventually be done by robots? I don't think so. I think there's a place for robots and automation in the industry, but to a certain extent.
Why'd you get the kumquats out of your mouth and get to the fucking point? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
So what I mean by that is there is a good side and bad side to automation and robot. Good being is that it streamlines your productivity. You get things done quicker. You can virtually be inside buildings nowadays, and just by sitting in your office or a house, it's really innovative how they have these things done. Another key factor is collaboration. You can now collaborate with other consultants a lot easier than you could back 20-30 years ago. Now everything is done email, Slack, Teams, a lot more integrative, which results in a better product at the end of the day. However, the bad thing about using robots and automation is at the end of the day, they are robots. They're not innovators. They don't have brains like what I have in my head, hopefully.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
They have things that we can do, but we also have things that they can do, like have emotions. We can relate to customers. We can do things differently that the computer cannot do. Innovation is key in the architecture industry. Architecture styles change and change and change. What was popular back in the 1950s is much different than what is popular in 2021. Styles evolve, emotions change, things change over time. And yes, robots and automation keep up with that, but at some point you need that human touch. You need that human elegance involved in the architectural design. Humans innovate, and that is the key thing about architecture, is that they're constantly changing and evolving with the industry.
You guys, I'm like really smart now. You don't even know.
Yes, robots have a part in all of this, but to a certain extent. We're going to see more and more integration of the robots and automation and all that stuff moving forward, which is okay. Artificial intelligence has its role in all of this fun stuff. It needs to be integrated with the architects. The architects that are old school 1950s are not going to be as successful as the ones that are integrating the new and latest and greatest stuff.
It's just a fact of life.
At the end of the day, it's just the way things work. If you have the latest and greatest technology integrated in your work, you will be ahead of the game. And this can be in programs, consultants, but the big thing is that as things evolve over time, it's important to stay with it. At the end of the day, will architecture be automated completely? Not 100%, but I do believe that technology, artificial intelligence, whatever you want to call it, does have a role in the architecture industry. Integration, streamlining productivity, and basically making things a lot more efficient in the future is where it has its role. But the bad side is that they're not an innovator. They're not a brain. The architect can put an insight that a computer cannot. They have an emotional, they have experience, they have things that they can do that the computer can't. It's just a computer at the end of the day, guys. It will never be fully automated, thus creating job demand for architects. Things are changing constantly. What this video has done will be completely irrelevant in 5 years and the next 10 years and so forth. But for now, this is the latest and greatest. Like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.